Hello and welcome to One United. My name is Paritosh Joshi and I'm here with Wali Siddiqui for One United. We're here after the Leipzig game, after the Manchester City game. There have been a few games and there was no excitement among the boys. They didn't want to come live. They didn't want to record, and I guess they were quite disappointed with the performance. And nobody was willing to come live and show their faces. I'll talk to Wali first about it. We have to talk about it. Champions League debacle. Uh, what are your thoughts? We were quite pissed in the group. We were on
Right.
text connected, but we didn't come live. What do you think? Was that because were you not willing to come live after that result, or what was it?
I think I wasn't willing even to work after that result. It was that pathetic of a game. And at the same time, like you were expecting us to bottle it because we've done it in the past as well. And
Hmm.
it's just sad, man. Because last season, I remember we were getting quite vexed when we made it to the top four. We're in the Champions
Hmm.
League, and what's the point of making it to the Champions League once if you can't even clear the group? And what's even more frustrating is that we were speaking about us not making it to the next group, to the round of 16, because we were in the group of death before
Hmm.
when the draw had come out about the groups.
Hmm.
But when we
Hmm.
started off so terrifically well, you beat PSG, you beat RB
We were
Leipzig.
we were compensating the league results. We were saying that okay, we are not performing good in the league, but at least the Champions League is going good for us.
And now it's
And
the other way
now,
around.
yeah, now it's the other way around. That at least we are
But that,
going good in the league.
so this is exactly why our fan base is confused as to what's happening, and this is toxicity at its best because this is unhealthy. You need
Hmm.
consistency over here. We have no clear direction. At one stage, we're up there, right up there, and another stage,
Hmm.
we're right down, right at the bottom. So, yeah, against RB Leipzig once again, we went there with a weak mentality. I feel the manager could have done better. We had five defenders. We did not need five defenders. You saw the
We
game
should have
against
got.
Manchester.
We should have played our natural game.
Exactly.
Said this. I think I said this in the preview. If we go for I was on call with you guys after the recording that if we go there to defend, if we go with you because you guys are saying we will play
Mm,
five, because I didn't
mm.
want us to play five at the back, and this is
I
one of the
always
reasons
wanted a
because
diamond. Yeah,
yeah, the Anshuman was saying I think that we'll play a
yeah,
back
it
five
was him.
because yeah, he was like Ole likes to play this, but I didn't want it. Obviously, we had an idea that Ole will go for it, but I didn't want it to be a back five, and this was exactly the reason why. Because whenever we take a step back from our natural game, we tend to go haywire and bottle it
Right.
by the end of it, and exactly that happened. We conceded a very quick goal right at the start of the game. Then we conceded another goal again in the 14th minute, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe that we had uh, just started this game. We are 14 minutes in, and we are 2-0 down in a game we just needed a point from. Just a
Exactly.
point. A draw could have done it for us, and we could have qualified for the next round. We only wanted a point. We weren't able to do that, and now we're in the Europa League. It's just sad how things went about in that particular game. And shockingly enough, we defended really well against Manchester City. We were able to cancel each other out. City did their homework. You have to give some credit to them as well because it was almost like both the teams had studied each other very well. They were countering each other's prowess. There was a clear agenda against Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. People were man marking them. They were not easily being given space, and they will do this because Manchester City is a top side. Although they have had bad run of form here and there, but they are a top side. You can't deny that. And
Mm,
exactly with us, Harry Maguire, I think he had the game of the season for him against
mm.
Manchester City. He
Against
actually
City.
played really well after playing so terribly against Leipzig because I was almost in shambles after the last goal that we conceded, the third goal, it was completely Maguire's fault. What was he
Mm,
doing?
mm.
And then he puts in this performance against City, and I'm there to question if this player can actually play this good. Why was he so poor against a team like Leipzig, who actually can't defend? They can only attack. We know that.
Mm. It's all about, like I said, it's more about the mental thing than the performance on the pitch because
Hmm.
plenty of in fact, the reason why plenty of rival fans want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to stay in is because they feel that we have quality players in our side who are good enough to win titles. And I believe the same as well. If you have players such as Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, young upcoming talent, Anthony Martial, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Donny van de Beek, David De Gea in at goal. Okay, the defense is a little shaky, but these are all quality players who can win you titles. So it's more about, like I said, the mental thing, and the Pogba thing didn't help either. And once you
Yeah.
go in with five at the back, two central defensive midfielders, that's seven defensive players. Leipzig, all they had to do was come out all guns blazing, score a quick two goals, and that was probably about it. And the third goal was a silly mistake once again. And like you said,
Hmm.
in the City game, Maguire was monumental. He made two crucial blocks. Lindelof did quite well as well. And if you even look at Luke Shaw, he played quite well. And in the game against Leipzig, all these defenders played quite poorly. So we have to, you know, build on from that. I don't know when that's going to happen, but there's once again going to be a situation, because if we keep on performing like, well, let's say hypothetically we go deep in the Premier League, there will be a few crucial games where you have to win and not draw or lose, and we might bottle it again, even though we might be
Hmm.
playing really well. So yeah, you have to overcome that obstacle which is there in your head, and then we might move on.
Hmm. Yeah, certainly. There needs to be, I think that should be the right approach. That, okay, this happened, but we need to move past it, because if we don't, we are certainly going to be in a tough position in the coming month or so. Because for as of now, this currently is not looking very good for United, the current situation. Although we are doing decently in the league, we are not poor in the league, but that cannot be used as an excuse for the way that we were able to bottle the Champions League. And we certainly are a club. We are in a position where we should be playing Champions League. I think Bruno Fernandes' post was quite adequate. He was like very sad and quite rightfully so, because he wanted the team to qualify. He was there. He gave his all. I think Pogba, as soon as he came on, he was also very good in that particular game for whatever time he played. And yeah, it's just sad how it all happened. But I think we'll need to move past that now, and we'll talk about Europa League draw. It was today. Champions League draw as well. We'll touch upon that because it's Champions League. But primarily, we'll talk about Real Sociedad versus Manchester United in Europa League. And certainly, there is a tough game at hand for United, because Real Sociedad are performing brilliantly in La Liga as of now. We have a tough game in Europa League. Wally, what do you think about this particular draw?
Well, I'm kind of confused right now that are we in the Europa League or Champions League at this moment, because Real Sociedad are at the top of the league when it comes to La Liga, and it's Unai Emery who's managing them, and we all know how good Unai Emery is when it comes to Europa League. He's won the Europa League with Sevilla as well, so
Hmm.
he will definitely look to go the distance. He would definitely want to prove himself, especially after his last previous tenure against Arsenal. It was one to forget, but now I'm pretty sure that he would be satisfied with what's going on in Arsenal in a way, and
Hmm.
he would want to prove a point. And it's a good team, and I think it's good for us that we're getting a good opposition, so that we could
Hmm.
also, even though I'm not so concerned about the Europa League at the moment, I want us to focus more on the Premier League. But I think such quality oppositions would actually give you an incentive to perform well, because even Jose Mourinho said this once when his Tottenham side threw away the three-goal lead against LASK and they drew that game. He said that it's a mentality issue, because some players think that it's too they might not focus up to that extent if they face a big team. And that was also
Hmm.
the case of Manchester United, because they take it casually.
Hmm.
So I think when they
Hmm.
face Real Sociedad, they might
Hmm.
bring their A game, and that might suit us. So I'm pretty pleased with the draw.
Yeah, this was a tough draw. I don't think this is the best possible draw that United could have had. But certainly we need to get past it, and we need to have a good game against Sociedad. It's a tough game, but we need to play in Europe at least, because if because we talk about this time and again that having one Europa League trophy is better than having no trophies by the end of the season. So I'll still want the team to do well because this team is capable of winning it. I think Jose Mourinho said this brilliantly when he was asked about Manchester United being favorites now that they have come down from the Champions League. He said, "Yeah, it's totally true because United are a top side, and whichever teams comes down from the Champions League, they have a top chance. But let's not forget that Tottenham are a brilliant side. Nobody was believing me when I said that they are now Atletico United as soon as they secured Gareth Bale. I was telling this, and now you can see the results. Jose Mourinho is no joke. Everybody was saying
Mm.
he's washed up and this and that and this and that. I knew Jose Mourinho, if he gets the squad, if he gets his players on time, if they are not injured, he has the capability still to win top leagues because he's a genuine manager. He's a proven winner. You can't discredit his career. He has won the league three times, as he says quite often, more than the total of all the managers in all the 19 managers in the league. So it's not a joke to win it and win it like he has done it. He made United finish second, a side which no, anyone in their right sense of mind wouldn't believe that this team is capable of finishing second. He did that. He won them the Europa League. He won them the FA Cup. So you can't discredit him completely because he had some sort of success. He is a proven winner. He wins trophies, and I believe that he is the person who will be taking Tottenham into a phase where they are winning trophies. At least he'll be the one who will start winning some trophies for them, and I think they'll be able to have a bigger aura than Arsenal because of the stadium. Then the trophies would come in. They have a fantastic team at hand, and now he has met his all-time your dream in Heung-min Son. He is the player that
Mm.
Mourinho wants. He's the kind of player that Mourinho wants. A quick, pacey player who is brilliant on counter-attacks and is willing to do what the manager says. He's a manager's player, Heung-min Son, and Mourinho loves that kind of players. So that is a quite interesting prospect. Tottenham is a brilliant team, and I think Manchester United would also be wary of the fact that if we face Tottenham before the final. So we'll have some trouble because we lost 6-1 to them. It's not a joke. Uh, Although it was compensated because Liverpool also lost 7-2 against Aston Villa, so we didn't face the wrath of the internet that particular
Mm.
day. And still, it was quite heart shattering, but the wounds were given some ice because of the Liverpool result. I don't think we'll have a great escape against Tottenham if we face them again. But enough of Tottenham and United. We'll talk about Europa League. We've talked about Europa League, and we need to talk about some other stuff. We'll talk about Pogba and Raiola saga. Pogba has slammed Raiola through his Instagram post, and it has been quite literally everywhere on the internet ever since he posted the Instagram post, and he was all united that if you don't know anything what's going inside, keep your mouth shut. And it was clearly directed at Raiola, but he should have Raiola's number. He should be calling him and saying all this. This
Mm.
Instagram post is more of uh, validation to the world that I am united right now, and not let anybody believe that otherwise. There is one other aspect of it, but I'll like to have your thoughts first, then I'll talk about
I think he was slamming the German outlet Bild, Sports Bild, for stating that Paul Pogba is more likely to go to Juventus the next summer
it.
or even in January.
Hmm.
So we saw that Instagram post, and this isn't the first time that he's doing something like that. And
Hmm.
yeah, but the thing is that even if you look at what happened after during the game against RB Leipzig, we all thought that Paul Pogba might not have a say in the game. He might not feature in the game, but turns out that we needed him. We just hope
Hmm.
that it wasn't the case with Rayola. Otherwise, I think he would have started because he did have a
Hmm.
positive impact. He went on to score a goal, and he's been playing well ever since. Even in the City game, he
Hmm.
had a really good period over there along with Bruno Fernandes. And I've always been a fan of that partnership between Bruno and Paul Pogba. It's just that we do not have that one settled defensive midfielder such as an N'Golo Kante or a prime Nemanja Matic or a Thomas Partey who could do all the dirty work, and two number eights could just play up front and go about their business and create as many chances as possible, because there's two players, both of these players are quite world class. Let's all be honest.
Mm,
But yeah, Paul Pogba, he will have plenty of haters, and understandably so, because
mm,
his agent won't shut his big gob. He just has to say
mm,
something about the club, and you
mm,
shouldn't be allowed to say such things, especially in the middle of the
mm,
season, especially in the beginning of before a big Champions League match. So yeah, he should have had a say over there, Paul Pogba, with Mino Raiola.
mm,
As long as
mm,
he stays the only way he keeps the fan base happy is if his if
mm,
is he
mm.
disassociates himself with Mino Raiola once and for all. That's the only way the fans would be happy. But right now, it'll always be a split fan base. So yeah, it's interesting to see what happens in the future.
Yeah, certainly. There needs to be some sort of credibility and some sort of honor attached to his name. And for that to happen, there needs to be a clear statement. There needs to be dissociation with Mino Raiola for Paul Pogba. But that is not the case as of now. And I don't think that is going to be the case anywhere near the future. But we'll have to wait and see. Football as a game, you never know. One thing might happen the other day, another thing might take a whole year or 2 years. But we'll wait and see what how things proceed. Pogba has been good recently. He has played well. He's looking fresh. He's looking good, and I think he should be given a stint in the team because he's playing quite good football at the moment.
You know what frustrates me? The thing is that you have one player who's creating a lot of controversy, like Paul Pogba, and he's still getting some game time. While on
Hmm.
the other end, you signed a quality player from Ajax who hasn't said a
Hmm.
word, who's been a good bloke basically, and he isn't getting any game time.
No,
And that's
but no,
Donny van de
he's
Beek.
getting,
So,
he's getting game time. It's not that he's
but
not getting game time.
but don't you think this would have a negative impact on him, because he might be thinking that his agent is saying shit and he's getting game time while I'm just sitting on the bench over here? What was the point of
No,
me
no, he's
moving?
not getting. No, no, he's not sitting on the bench. He's playing. He's playing here and there. It's not that he's
Against
completely.
he wasn't there against Leipzig and Manchester City.
He came on against Leipzig, I think.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Three defenders came in, by the way, and there wasn't
Okay.
an attacker. So yeah, against his previous two games, he wasn't on the pitch. So that's what I'm saying.
I'd like to I'd like to check. I think I saw Van de Beek, but I'm not quite
Basically,
sure.
my point is that it might create unrest. Basically, he needs to handle this situation in the right manner. He needs to stand by. He needs to keep rotating the strike. And Van de Beek isn't. Let's be honest, he isn't a poor midfielder, man. He's a quality midfielder. You have to give him some opportunities. So that's what worries me a little. Because
Yeah, there is certainly Donny Van de Beek came on, man. I was quite sure Van de Beek came on against Leipzig. Yes, he came on.
oh yeah, it was in the second half. I think he didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
start, but it was in
yeah.
the second half.
He
Right,
came
right.
on.
Against
He
City, he
came on
didn't
and
feature.
he came on in place of Matic. He
Right,
came
right,
on in
right.
place of Matic.
He didn't have a part to play against City, I guess.
Yeah, maybe against City he didn't play, but I was quite sure I saw him somewhere, and it was in the Leipzig game. He had a good game against Leipzig, and I think it was during halftime that he got substituted on
But
when
if you were Oli, and if Pogba and his agent had said something such as that, what would you do? Like, because he started him in the previous game. So if you were Oli, what would you do?
he didn't start him against Leipzig.
No,
It
against
was
City. I'm talking about City.
But they must have talked, now. It's not like they are just going about their business with that kind of statement and that kind of defeat. They must have talked. There should have been a statement. We don't know everything about. We are quite huge fans, but we can't know what's going on inside the club. There needs to be. There must have been some dialogue. That's why he has put out that post. It's not like he has put out that post just for the sake of it. There must have been some dialogue, and there must be some club authorities involved in him putting that Instagram post. Uh,
Mm.
I don't believe that it is just for there to be there to please the fans. It's for the club's image as well, because it was not looking good for Pogba and Manchester United, the way things were going.
Mm.
So we'll have to wait and see how things go. There must have been some dialogue, and I believe it was some positive dialogue. I hope it was decent, and yeah, I think that's it. I think we'd like to call it a day here. We'll talk to you guys again for the
Yep.
preview of the game against Sheffield. And up until then, it's a good night from me, Paratosh Joshi, and Wali Siddiqui from us at One United. We'll see you guys again really soon.